Hello. This is the second part of the analysis of a short story. In this, we will be talking about the theme and the style of short stories. Looking at the theme is a central idea or the insight about human experience revealed in a work of literature. This is not only limited to short stories. The theme is the idea that the writer wishes to convey about the subject, the writer's view of the world, or revelation about human nature. The theme may also be different from a moral, uh, which is a lesson or a rule about how to live. A moral is didactic, whereas theme is something that might not, that is not didactic. Most themes are implied. It is up to the reader to piece together all the clues the writer has provided about the work's total meaning. So there are stated themes and implied themes. In a stated theme, the writer directly presents it in the story. An implied theme must be inferred. Readers need to consider all the elements of a story and ask what the message is, or what the message about life they convey. If there are universal themes, people all over the world and throughout time have shared common emotions, concerns, and experiences. It is what makes us human. We all want to be loved. We all have dreams. We cope with losses, death, and disappointment. Our universal concerns are reflected in literature as universal themes. These broad themes come up again and again in literature, yet each writer gives a personal insight or twist to these themes. Looking at the sixth element of a short story, let's look at style. Style is the manner in which writers or speakers say what they wish to say. An author's style simultaneously expresses his ideas and reveals his unique way of expressing them. The style is closely connected with diction. The aspects of diction are many. Let's look at some of them. Number one, sentence structure. Number two, language and imagery, and the tone. When we explore a little further on tone, the tone can be formal or informal, sympathetic or unsympathetic, serious or comic, emotional or restrained, cynical or sentimental, biased or impartial. Authors carefully arrange words into sentences and sentences into paragraphs to produce a particular effect. Sometimes this effect can be colloquial, that is, used when the writer wishes to suggest a certain class or a certain regional atmosphere. The effect can be didactic, that is, a writer intends to instruct his readers. Sometimes the style, the effect can create a dramatic style. And dramatic style is different from melodrama. Okay? For an example, Secret Agent by Joseph Conrad is dramatic. Then the effect created can be comic. It could be plain or ornate, abstract or concrete, simple or flowery. It could be modern or contemporary, or old-fashioned or archaic. It could be general or specific, lucid, direct, journalistic, or obtuse. It could be formal or informal, standard, dialectic, regional, symbolic or plain, casual or poetic, magical. It might employ magical realism. In magical realism, writers combine incredible events with realistic details and relates them in a matter-of-fact tone. Then sometimes writers use stream of consciousness, in which they depict random flow of thoughts, emotions, memories, and associations running through the character's mind. The term interior monologue is often interchangeably used with stream of consciousness. James Joyce, Virginia Woolf are the master craftsmen of stream of consciousness in the earlier short stories. When we are looking at language and diction, choice of diction or mode of expression is an important aspect of a writer's style. Writers use different types of words depending on the audience they are addressing, the subject they are discussing, and the effect they are trying to produce. The connotation of the word is more important than the denotation, which is the strict literal meaning of a word. Then the next most important thing when it comes to style is a writer's tone. The attitude the writer takes towards the reader, the subject, or the character is what we mean by the writer's tone. Tone is conveyed by the writer's choice of word and details. Often, a novelist is strongly committed to a certain character or cause in the novel or the short story. How does a writer reveal his opinion? He may use a rhetoric. He may use emotional prose, or he may be calm and collected, presenting a reasoned argument. And how does he do this? By the character's speech and action, direct comments by the writer in his role as the omniscient narrator. I would like to end this, with that we come to the end of the body of the discussion. I would like to end this video with an exercise. After you have read the short story, a short story of your choice, think about these. The main character, the change each character undergoes, the conflict between characters, how the conflict is resolved, how the characters change in relation to the theme, how the conflict relates to the theme, statement of theme. Then write a short essay on the introduction. Write a short essay on this. In the introduction of usually an introduction is usually a single paragraph providing the title, the author, and the necessary background. It also includes your thesis statement in which you explain briefly how the theme, briefly the theme, right? The body of the essay is the part where you explain the information you have gathered in your exercise. In conclusion, sum up your major points and add new thoughts or personal responses. Then elaborate, get down to specifics. You should elaborate on every general statement you make. Use details, examples, and quotations from the story. In that way, you can write a successful answer. With that, we come to the end of this video. Let's meet in another video on some other interesting topic. Goodbye.